Hello. So today let's talk about the Allen Edmonds Park Avenue boot in navy. These are boots, so big box. Okay, there is the paperwork. This is the card that you get. It's crafted by 48 pairs of hands over 212 steps. There's the boot itself. I believe this is you would call these almost a chukka boot or an Oxford boot, ankle boot. I'm not sure. Allen Edmonds doesn't distinct of what kind of boot it is. They just say boot. And here are the shoe bags. Let's see here, 2 separate shoe bags. Big Allen Edmonds bags. And that's what the tag on the box says. Park Avenue boot, Navy LE, $68.91. These are made on the 65 last. 65 last. Okay, so this is the Park Avenue boot. Nothing too special. It is, as we all know, Allen Edmonds has the iconic Park Avenue. Well, this is just the boot version of it. It is not a winter boot by any means. You can look at that single leather sole on them. I haven't had a chance to wear these out yet, but I just wanted to make a video on them because I do quite like the leather, just the leather color at least. Again, not too much to say about these because they are very similar to the Park Avenue Oxford shoe. I just wanted to touch on the differences. As I feel the leather, it is, to be honest, is not as soft as some of the other higher end shoemakers. They call it a premium Euro, or not premium. They just call it a Euro calfskin leather, but this feels like there's a coating on top of it. If I'm being honest, it doesn't feel very premium at all. But that's not to. I will do a follow-up once I wear them, so I don't want to say anything yet about the leather quality. At 65 last, we can have a look at the boot there. It isn't in my normal size, 12D, and in terms of the fit, well, actually, let's look at the details of these shoes first. So, 360 Goodyear Welt. This is a bench-made shoe. Single leather sole, the rubber heel, triple stitching right there with double stitching, and it is an ankle boot. Let's see, it's the heel counter. I can barely feel where the heel counter is. Looks like it's just along the stitch line here, which is quite small, if I'm being honest. Usually with the higher end shoemakers, you would see the heel counter extend a little further. Even in the toe puff here. Folks, I would almost say there's no toe puff in here. It almost feels like this is really soft. I don't want to press in here to maybe bend that, but just feeling around here, I know in higher end shoemakers, quote unquote high end shoemakers, they are stiff all the way here, and what that stiffness does is that allows this part not to crease, so you only have creasing here, which is where obviously in Oxford, that's where you want the creasing to be. You don't want it to be up into the toe area, but for these, you might run into that issue. That's where you might see some problems, or where you might see that the criticism of Allen Edmonds coming in, where they cut costs in unknown ways that you just don't see until you have the shoe and you own them. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is there. Just standard cotton laces, and you can see the Welt Join right there. It is pretty rough. You can almost fit my fingernail in there. Again, that is par for the course in Allen Edmonds. Let's see the other boot, the Welt Join there. This one's you can look at the Welt Joins there. Get them in the light. It's very rough on the left boot. And again, these have not been worn. You would not see this on a Carmina, Crockett & Jones, even on a Berwick shoe that I reviewed recently. You don't see this, and that was a factory second that I reviewed. But it is what it is with Allen Edmonds. Now, navy leather, that's why I bought these. And in terms of the fit, these were on 65 last. As far as I know, the last has not been modified in any way because it's a boot. It is still 65 last. But I do find that these fit a little snugger than my Oxford shoes, which are also on 65 last. I find that this area is a little tighter. Well, here is a little less room, but it doesn't really warrant me going a half size up or a width up. That's just how it fits. It depends. I think I've said this before with another shoe brand, but with the different patterns and different makes or different styles of shoes, even if they're on the same last, the different pattern, the different style that they make it on, it'll fit differently. It'll fit differently by a couple millimeters. It won't fit differently in terms of a width, but just a couple millimeters. For example, if this was a plain toe shoe, it would fit differently just because when they last that shoe and they put on the cap toe there, it makes the last, it kind of modifies the last in a little bit. So you get a few millimeters give and take with different shoes. That's par for the course with a Goodyear welted shoe. It's how you know that it is that it's, quote unquote, a handmade shoe, a well-made bench grade shoe. It's not a pair of Jordans where I have a couple of pairs of Jordan 1s. They all fit exactly the same because it's the same pattern, just different colors. But let me bring in the Park Avenue Oxford. I did pick these up as well. So I got my matching set here, just different occasions. I could wear the Oxford shoe or wear the Oxford boots. So I think we can see right there just what I was talking about. You can see the cap toe on the Oxford shoe. It's a bit shorter than it is on the boot. And that could very well be what that tightness that I'm feeling there is because of that cap toe. And when they lasted that shoe, it changed the fit there. So that's not a modification on the last at all. It is just how the shoe was made. You can look at them from the top. And let me see if you can really pick this up on the video, but you can almost see that this same last, 65 last, same size, 12D on both of them. This looks more narrow and pointier. When I look at them like this, that's just how they were made, and these aren't factory seconds. These aren't nothing wrong with them or anything like that. This is how they are made. And that's just par for the course, and that's what you will see with. I've even noticed this in the higher end, the highest end shoemakers. I have a couple pairs of Edward Greens on 82 last, and the 82 last boot, Derby boot, and 82 last Chelsea boot fit differently. They look a little bit different too because of different pattern, different style. So, enough of that with the sizing. In terms of value, well, just like Allen Edmonds. All of the Allen Edmonds that I purchased, these went on a deep, deep discount, and I got these for over 50% off. I think they were marked down by 50%, and it was a holiday weekend, and they said take an extra 15 or 20% off at checkout, and you were able to stack those promotions, and I got these, below 50% off, below half off at least. And for that price, can't really complain because it is a Goodyear welded shoe. It is, quite a nice boot. Not a winter boot by any means, as I said, but quite a nice boot. And I'm not getting for the price. You always have to remind yourself, what are you paying for here? You can't take. This is not the giant killer. This is not. You're not going to get Crockett and Jones quality or something from a well-known Japanese brand or a higher end even a Chinese shoemaker. If you know that or not, China does have well-known shoemakers there. You're not going to see Carmina quality for that price. It is. You just get what you pay for, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, let me know in the comments if you have any questions about these boots, and I'll try to get back. Actually, one last comment, and this is a follow-up to my Oxford shoe. So these laces, I had to replace them because, these are the laces that I bought, and I had to replace these because the ones that came on this shoe originally were meant for this boot. I'm telling you that because you need a longer lace for all these eyelets here. And I had this boot and this shoe at the same time. When I bought them, I said, wait a second, these laces originally extended, like they were long, they were up until about there. And I asked myself, why would you put such a long lace, excuse me, on a shoe? And then I realized, these are meant for the boot. And it's because I'm assuming Allen Edmonds doesn't want to buy two separate pairs or the two separate pairs of laces, one with the appropriate length for this and then one with the length for this. So they just slap both of them on. It's a navy lace, it's a navy lace. They just put them on, and no one's the wiser until I saw it at least. And but again, I think I said this in my video for this shoe. Customer service was very understanding of my situation, and we were able to resolve it. And I did get the right laces in the end, but I did have to buy them. But it's another story, and I don't want to go into deep about that. But customer service was very helpful with that. Anyways, that's my last comment there. Let's see, full leather insole on the boot. There's the sock liner is a full leather sock liner on top of the leather insole. Okay, all right. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about the boot, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Thanks so much for watching.